Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been over a year. I think that might be a little bit dramatic. I don't think it's been a full year, but it has been a really long time. I moved across the country from Florida to Colorado. I figured I would just do kind of like a 2023 recap, jump into what the heck happened and why I just fell off my social media altogether, really. So before I start recapping my entire year, I feel like I should recap the last 3 weeks. I was starting to get really sick right after Thanksgiving, and I plummeted for about 2 weeks. I was sick as a dog. I haven't been that sick in so long. And then quite literally, the day that I got better, the very next day I got my wisdom teeth out. So now it is Saturday. I got my wisdom teeth out Monday. But as you may or may not know, I'm a really big buff for New Year's resolutions, and I was so excited for 2023 because I knew it was the year that, or I hoped it was the year that I was moving finally out of Florida. And I have wanted to move out of Florida arguably since 2019. So it's a really long 4 years. Right after I graduated college, I had no intention of staying in Florida. A long-term, serious college relationship breakup. He left me, and so I was just very blindsided by that. At the time, I was mentally building my future around this person, right? So I was on cloud 9, very different place of the relationship than he was in, and I was just like, oh, this is my person, my life's figured out, basically. I was so willing to just do whatever he did, and that was the first red flag that I should have picked up on, because I brushed that off as I'm in love, as long as he's here, I'm happy, I don't know what I would do without him, type of codependency that is just not healthy in any relationship. Long story short, trying to drop everything goal-wise that I'd ever really planned for myself. When it came down to it, I basically had the opportunity to move back home, which I absolutely hate my hometown. I never in my life want to live there again. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move to my best friend's hometown. And at that time that was Jacksonville. Turns out I hate Jacksonville too. I didn't want to be there. It felt like a place of resentment. And that honestly festered really aggressively the longer I stayed. The lease that I had there ended in October, and a year before, so not this year but last year, Justin and I were going to move then. That's important. Mentally, I was finally, saving grace, I cannot wait to get out of here. Justin initially was on board with this. He knew there was a lot of growth potential leaving your hometown, and we were just really on the same page with our viewpoints on not staying where you've always been. I want to say maybe 5 months before we were supposed to end our lease, not resign, he realized that he had a lot of regret around not going to school. He went for a very short period of time, didn't finish his AA, and knew that he could knock that out if he wanted to, and now he wanted to. I'm not gonna have you move to finish your AA and spend as much as you would on a bachelor's on your AA. So we ended up staying for another year. I wouldn't change anything about how that happened, because obviously his priorities and needs are just as important as mine, and he was moving because it was something I ultimately initiated wanting. And so I'm never gonna be the insensitive partner that's just selfishly functioning. If he's willing to bend for me, I need to bend for him. And that year absolutely crushed my mental health. Just kind of crumbled from there. The irony in all of this is it took little to nothing. So what happened was, I am a massive New Year's resolutions fan, and I basically was this year is gonna be great, the end of the year is gonna be crazy, I just have to wait a couple of months, and on day 2, January 2nd, 2023, I got in a car accident. My car, brand new car, was shish kebabbed with a giant piece of plywood that someone had on the top of their car and hadn't properly tied down. I think that was just the kind of start of me trying to have something happen that I was really emotionally hurt by, and then I kind of ignored it, which is horrible. Ignored everything after this. So basically like something would happen and I would severely downplay it. And this was not how my brain functions. I know a lot of people make jokes about covering up emotions and kind of just disassociating. I cannot function like that. I don't think anyone can really function like that. I think it's a massive crutch that only causes more destruction, and it took a toll on me for sure. And the severity of what happened didn't even have to be severe after that. I was already in a fragile state and I just declined so quickly. I felt like I was investing so much into everything around me, and everything around me was saying like, you don't fit here. And I already felt like that going into it. So it's kind of like, if you think of a red car, you're gonna notice every red car. It was that. Like, I already felt like I didn't fit where I was. So everything was just like exponentially weighing on me, like, you don't fit here. That kind of festered for 6-ish months. And around June, I think I had absolutely lost everything about what makes me me. One of my favorite reasons that I engage with social media, like one of the reasons I always go back to it, is because I like finding creators that make me feel light and happy and like I'm just hanging out with a friend. That's always been my purpose. I love, like, in college, I swear to God, like, Whitney Simmons saved my life. Sarah's J was like my best friend. Like, I just found so much inspiration. I found so much inspiration around these girls, and I noticed, like, when TikTok and everything came up, like, this environment kind of shifted, and there's still people out there, but it's definitely like a different engagement. Like, the people don't create for the purpose of connection anymore, and a lot of it's very salesy. And although I am a sucker for some good marketing, I don't know, I just felt like I was only trying to participate in a way that was expected of social media and not because my heart was happy. So I wanted to pick up like fueled introspection, creating content on Instagram, because I find that that's where I get like my most engagement, and then creating YouTube videos again, because I love long-term videos. And honestly, like I said, long-form videos. I wanted to be able to provide and show up online the way that I know that I can and the way that I want to, and I just wasn't in the place to do that until today. I got cut off. I don't know where I was. But anyway, there was a lot of bumps along the way. I'm finally here. I'm really grateful. I feel like everything in my life is really smoothed out. And irony, I actually said that really confidently. So I know I just said that I got my wisdom teeth out. I found out 8 weeks ago, about 3 weeks into being here, that I have periodontitis. Basically, my gums had an infection that were eating away at my teeth. So that sucked. We have to do these 6 procedures in the next couple of weeks, or you're gonna have to go into immediate surgery for your mouth. And I was just like, okay, let's do this thing. So that was literally crazy. And now that that's done, I feel like I can exist again. It is now 10:25 a.m. and I'm gonna go get a coffee from Dutch Bros because I've never been there and I'm so excited. Honest to God, the number one thing I am most embarrassed of living in Colorado is the fact that I still have my Florida tags. I feel like everyone's judging me. I actually was told everyone's judging me by a native Coloradan. They were like, we hate people from California and Florida. And I was like, sorry. But I'm heading to Dutch Bros. I have never been there before. I need a car mount or something because this is very creepy. I recently met this beautiful Leo Libra. If you don't get the joke, I'm an Aries Aquarius, so we're both fire air, and it's like AAALLL. So cute. But yes, so she and I like literally met, and I feel like we just mentally clicked. But yeah, so I was texting her this morning, and I was like, please, for the love of God, tell me that you have something you like at Dutch Bros, because the menu is so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. And she said yes. So she told me just to get the cold brew, which was honestly music to my ears because I'm not a huge sweet coffee fan. I'm actually one of those really annoying people that just like coffee black. And I think it's just because like tummy aches are real and I just don't want one. I just don't want one. And I want it to feel like I'm getting energy, you know? Not a sweet treat, energy. So that's what we're gonna go do. I'm gonna go there and then I'm gonna drive a little bit east and go to a park and walk around and jam out to, if you guys watch Sarah's Day, I follow her Spotify account, and today I was just trying, I feel like I like her music, like almost always, every time, like her old vlogs and stuff. And I was like, I need to find where she listens to this music, because I've been trying to find it for the last like 48 hours. Not her music specifically, but just the style, and I guess I didn't really know what to look up. Thank freaking goodness this lady made a wedding playlist, and it's like all of the music that I wanted to listen to. And I was like, yes! So I'm gonna go, I brought my headphones, I'm gonna go put them on, obviously. I'm gonna go get my coffee at Dutch Bros and go to the park and just really like vibe out to Sarah's wedding video. Let's go. Can I have a large cold brew?
Large cold brew?
Yes.
Black or
Black.
You have a good day.
You too. I did it. So I'm not gonna lie, I like fully thought he said that it was $16.49, and I was like, what did you just say, sir? So the lady that handed me my coffee like absolutely spoke my love language, because I went to go reach my coffee and she was like, your tattoos are beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. Anyway, I literally waited until I got here to try the drink so that I could not sit with my feelings on it for so long and like convince myself that it's good. Okay, so first impression, this is super cute. 'Tis the season to be stoked. Agreed. Love the little artwork. I'm freaking in love with illustrators. I think they're like have the best jobs in the world. Okay, ready? It smells like it could be bad. Now that's a pretty freaking solid cold brew. I actually love that. It tastes like the coffees that you get that you're like, okay, yeah, this is fine. But then the aftertaste is awful, and it doesn't have a bad aftertaste. That's good. It's good as heck. So beautiful. You can see a little mountain range back there. Love it. It's huge. It's gonna take me literally like an hour and a half to walk across the whole thing, potentially, if I'm dilly-dallying. But that is the purpose of today, is to dilly-dally. The only other time I've been here, it was like I was working an event and I got here so early that there was just parking inside, like in the garage. Goodness, in the parking lot. Okay. Let's do this thing. Set outdoor walk. Please look at this cutie little baby. You're kidding. You're so cute. The squirrels here are like chubby little orange things, and I'm obsessed. Hi, pal. Hi. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I would do anything to pet you. This walk has me in the best mood ever. I am so excited to finally be out of the house, and I want to do this like every week. I'm having the best time. I don't even love hot girl walks, but if you're a hot girl and you're walking, say, I didn't expect this to be this good or have this good of a time. Truly living my best life. Okay, I know I quite literally just got done saying that was the best time, but that was the best time. Also, I have absolutely no sense of direction or like spatial awareness, and I think I walked for quite literally an hour. And in the beginning of this, like when I got here, I said I think it's gonna take me an hour to get all the way around. And when I got out, I thought to myself, like, that was dramatic. It wasn't dramatic. It really just took me an hour. So I was really I just like loved that. That was so much fun. It was like here are my stats, but it was, I think, like 52 minutes, I think that says. I'm reading it backwards. And it was like 2.4 miles. So that was incredible. People in Denver have the most stunning dogs. I swear everyone in Florida has like that. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say, but everyone has like that like cliche ugly white small dog in Florida. Like how everyone said, I think it's like the raggedy white dog. Is that what they call it? Like, and it's like, I don't know the breed, but everyone has one. And I'm just like, here, the most stunning dogs I've ever seen. Speaking of wanting dogs, I've had my dog names. Do you know people have kid names? I've had dog names picked out for years. And I knew it just wasn't time for me to have a dog. And Justin and I were talking about it the other day, and we're like, yeah, when we get our first house together, then we'll buy these dogs. And we already agreed that like when we get an animal, because of Boba specifically, when we get another animal, we're gonna get two so that they have a pal, because this is just, Boba's energy is ridiculous and he needs someone with the same energy as him, and Simba's just not that cat. Simba's not that cat. Boba, terrorist. Simba, angel. Boba, Satan. Simba, like world peacemaker. Like they're just very different energy. We're like, we need like two animals at the same time next time so that they can like entertain each other at the same level. And so I was like, okay, perfect. I want this dog and it's the same and this name. And he goes, well, what about when I'm naming them? And I'm just like, isn't that rude that I've had this dream of having these two dogs with these two names for literally years? And he's like, why can't I name one? What? You named Boba. If you want a dog and you want to name it, get your own dog. We can have 3 dogs. I don't want 3 dogs at the same time, but we can have 3 dogs. Okay, so I am back home and I decided, I literally sat in my car for probably an hour. But that's beside the point. I did try to look up different foods to eat, and I just kind of like opted away from going to get anything because honestly, even though I've only had half of my coffee, I feel like I'm gonna die because I haven't had caffeine in 3 weeks. So I opted to do basically just another pasta meal, but I'm for whatever reason really looking forward to it. I don't even know if it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna do elbow macaroni, cottage cheese, and some sweet peas. So that's what I'm having for lunch. Ignore like the pound of butter I have right there. I'm a baker and I have a friend's birthday tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna make her a cake. Okay, so it's already in ounces, which is perfect. Something you can look at, I'm actually probably gonna do grams because it says dried. So if you have a question about actually like looking at your macros, something that it says on the box is it'll say what measurement you should use. And so I am gonna do dry because I wanna make sure that I can follow this pretty easily. I'm probably gonna do double the amount just because my breakfast was super tiny and then I had black coffee. So I definitely need the calories right now. Not afraid of carbs. The carbs are essential to your body. So let me just change this unit over to grams. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the math right here. I'm pretty sure it's like 112, but I don't trust myself. Okay, perfect. So 112 grams, and then this is again just to see what it looks like and get used to doing this again. So it's a lot of pasta. 103, 108, 112. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Oh no, just kidding. But yeah, so this is gonna be the pasta that I put in my pot, and it just helps me kind of like separate this a little bit better. So I'm gonna track it at the end, but I'll show you when I do this. And then once the pasta's done, I'll go ahead and add this and the peas, I almost said pears, the peas that are cooking, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so here's my bowl. I put my bowl on and then I zero it out. Here's all of my pasta. And then what I'm going to do is zero this back out. And I'm going to put the Good Culture I'm gonna look at the food label and I'm basically just gonna say like, okay, it's 110 grams for one serving. Totally fine with that one serving because I do want the protein aspect of this cottage cheese. So grams is perfect. I'm gonna go to 110. That's only 31. That's crazy. 110. Is that what it is? Oh my God, I did it again. Well, now it's 109.8, but still, that's crazy that I did such a good job there. And last but not least, going to zero it out again. 40, 52. Mix this all together and make sure it is a good amount of peas. I don't want to chip myself on veggies. What I'm going to do is go to lunch, add the Good Culture perfect cottage cheese, and that is what I had. Perfect. And then the last thing is I did sweet peas from Good and Gather. It definitely did not do half a cup. I did grams, and I believe I said I did 61. And that's it. So that's an awesome amount for a meal. And then let's look at my nutrition just to make sure. Yeah, that's awesome. So I got a good source of protein in there because of the cottage cheese, and then my carbs are good, and my fat did go up a little bit. I definitely need more fat, but I'll focus on that in my dinner. Time to eat. Okay. So I'm ready now, and we're gonna go to the silent disco. But first, I want to try our bucked up package. This is Blue Raz. It's like our tried and true.
Old reliable.
Old reliable, for sure. We got this one, which I'm really excited about. The bucked up sour bucks. Tell me this doesn't look amazing.
You need me to take the paper thing off? That's
Is
what
there
I
a
was
paper
taking.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a hard time touching that? Because I like actually can't physically handle it. It's like when people say they don't like pulling cotton apart. That's my cotton. Awful. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like pulling cotton apart.
You don't like pulling cotton apart? Okay. Kind of want to smell it, but the last time I did that, I like actually inhaled the whole thing.
You can smell it?
Can you smell it from there?
No, I smell you.
I still can't smell it.
Nice.
Nice. I'm gonna get a spoon. We can live taste test together. Thank you. Those people pregame. I feel like you didn't even mix yours up. Okay, ready?
Pretty nice.
It's not as sour as I wanted it to be.
No, I feel like it tastes like some of their other flavors. I feel like it tastes like the red one, like actually almost like identical, but not.
I wanted that to be sour so bad.
Yeah, that feels like a relabeled version of whatever the red one is. I still have some, so I'll have to try it tomorrow.
I hate the red one, so I don't know if I can agree with you. But I definitely wanted it to be like Whitney's sour watermelon.
Yeah.
And it just isn't. I love a good sour pre-workout, and that just wasn't it.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, we're gonna walk there now. It takes like 10 minutes.
It's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I'm not bringing my camera because I'm scared. And then hopefully this vlog will only be 5 more seconds because I feel like I've been talking forever. Okay, bye.